Okay, so the recording is going. Welcome everyone. So I'm gonna try and keep this as short as possible. These things can kind of tend to run a little bit long. So I am gonna have a hard stop at 6:30. Hopefully we're done well before then, but by all means, use this opportunity to ask questions. Um, and make sure you understand things. There's probably going to be a lot of information. Could be, maybe information overload for some of you guys. But, again, if you have questions, type them out in the chat, and then I will come back and hit those to make sure, you guys are getting a full understanding here. So, um, all right, so first, I'm gonna cover the ORB, and then I'll circle back into the infinity indicator. So this is a relatively new strategy for me. However, the ORB strategy has been around since the 60s, I believe. It's stood the test of time, and it's very simple. It's actually one of the simplest strategies that that I've seen, and it's super effective. So we are. I am putting out a custom version of the ORB indicator. You can use some of the other ORB indicators as well. My indicator is going to kind of be beefed up. I'm adding a few features to it. My strategy is a little bit different. My times are a little bit different. Um, I like to use 9:15 and 9:45 as my times. Um, so generally, I won't enter a trade when using this strategy until, at least after 9:45. So, but let me start by explaining how it works. Now, with the ORB, typically you can use the 5 minute chart or 15-minute chart. This is typical. Now with the strategy, this seems to work the best. Okay, so here's a strategy, and this is just for the month of April here of the 15-minute chart. Just trading the MES, and this includes commissions as well. Now, granted, this is back testing. So it's not going to be super 100% accurate, but it'll at least give us a good idea of how this thing is doing. So if you guys know anything about anything, uh, profit factor is big. Okay, you really want to see like a 2-to-1 profit factor. Anything above that is good. So here we're sitting at 6.9, which is amazing. We took 19 trades so far in April using I'm sorry, we're on the 5 minute chart. And we had a max equity drawdown of $563. Okay, so we made over $5,000 with this, and we didn't lose money either. Our max drawdown was $563. Well, why is that? And how can that be? Um, and I'll show you here real quick, and I'll kind of take some time and explain how this works. All right. So you can use this on the 1 minute chart, 5 minute chart. I think for trading yourself, I like the 1 minute chart. But it seems like for the strategy, at least from what I'm testing, which will become an automated strategy here in the very near future. It likes the longer time frames. When I say longer time frames, I mean the 15, 30, 45 minute charts. And I'll show you that here in a second. But why aren't we losing a ton of money? So here's from today, okay? So here's actually a bad trade, or a bad trade, but a failed trade. So it entered here, it took a long here. Okay, and we ended up taking a loss here, as it actually didn't it didn't break out. So it entered the trade and it ended up closing the trade and going short when it went under the red line. Okay. So I guess I should start with what is the ORB range and how does it work? Okay. So again, I have my time set my time set from 9:15 to 9:45. Okay. So here at where is it? Uh, so essentially, the green line here is where you're going to. Let me just make sure I have my time set right. Yeah, 9:15 and 9:45. Um, so the green line here, when it breaks out over this green line, you're entering into a bullish position. So when I say, hey, over when we're over 5,400 or 540 on SPY, then we're bullish. When we're over or when we're under 538 on SPY, we're bearish. Okay, so I'm looking at these red lines. So what happened is we entered the trade here, or it automatically entered the trade here, and it failed. So it closed the positions here. We took a loss and but it also opened a short position here because the actual trade was to the downside today, and we actually ended up making money today overall. Where's my thing? Sorry, all my Zoom stuff is like in the way. Um, let me see. Let me see. Okay, so let's look at today. So those are results from. Um, I think we ended up making money today. I gotta see. No, we broke even today off this play. We had made some money, but so today was kind of I'm sorry, that was the 5 minute chart. So you can see here, and I'll show this would be a good place to show you the differences here. Um, so 45, there's nothing. Um, why is it not showing me data now? It's showing me on the 5 minute, 3 minute, and 1 minute. So this is what I mean by the trades don't like the uh, shorter time frames as far as when it goes automated. So let's go back to Friday. Okay. So Friday, why is it not showing me my lines here? Huh. My indicator's acting a bit weird. Like I said, I'm still coding the actual strategy. So I'm just going to jump and throw on the normal ORB. It won't have all the bells and whistles, but um, it should somewhat line up at least. ORB. I just have to change the times. Is that giving me my lines? Should be. Oh, I lost them all completely. That's 15 minute. Okay, there they are. There's 3 minute, 5 minute. I don't know why they're not showing up on the 15, but so time frame doesn't matter so much. I mean it does, but you're kind of like you're kind of splitting hairs in terms of what works best. But again, let's go back to um, okay, so here's today. Here's Friday. All right. And let me do this so I don't confuse you guys. Okay, so this is from the previous day. Kind of ignore that. So this is off the 5 minute chart. Same thing here. Okay, so here's our range, top, bottom. If it's below this red line, we're bearish. Okay, and I like watching this on SPY better. So a lot of times I'll trade off of the SPY chart. I don't want to jump back over there at this moment because I don't want to mess anything else up. But so again, here's our range. Okay, bearish, bullish. We break out here. We actually kind of retested here. And this would be our entry here on the next candle. And, this was obviously a big win there. Um, Same thing over here, okay? Bullish above here, we're bullish. Below here, we're bearish, okay? And then you can see what happens. I mean, this strategy is just it's amazing. Came back up here, and this is essentially just support and resistance. Retest this area and heads back down. All right, let's go the day before, and then you'll kind of get the picture. Yeah, this is kind of cheating a little bit, but this was the Trump day, obviously. But you can see, same thing, right? Here's our range, and there's the breakout. Let's go the day before because I feel like that was kind of cheating. And then here's the day before, okay? So you have your range here, red line underneath the red line is bearish. And I mean, not every day is going to be this easy. Today was a perfect example of how every day isn't like this. Um, and you can see today that you actually, if you just traded the strategy itself, you made money. And I don't know what's going on with my thing, but I had it to where I probably changed the setting or something, but I had it to where it was making money. Um, Today. And also, what I'm going to be adding to the strategy is we're probably going to use some form of like a trailing stop loss with it. So on days like this, the automated system will make money. So it'll enter here like it's already doing, and then we'll use something like a trailing stop loss or some type of percentage gains that we're looking at, some average or something. And this way, because right now the reason it says, "Oh, you didn't make money today," I'm guessing is because of where we ended the day at. So it just stayed in this trade essentially. It never went and closed the trade here when it went. If it went over this green line, it would have closed the trade. Um, but again, that's where this is definitely the strategy, at least that I'm building, and the kind of super indicator that I'm building is definitely a work in progress. I hope to have it out as soon as, at least for some of my testers, hopefully by like the next week or two. I want to test it hopefully for about a week, and then if everything looks good, I'm gonna, have some of you guys help back testing. So if you're interested, let me know. And then from there, if everything looks good, we're going to roll it out. Um, so that's the ORB indicator. Anyone have any questions on that? Don't forget to unmute yourself, or I'm not going to hear you. Um, but the floor is open. Nothing? No questions? It's straightforward. So, like, normally I'd be like, oh, yeah, you guys have to have questions, right? But it's so fucking straightforward that, yeah, I would kind of understand that if you don't have any questions. So, and again, you can use the 5 minute chart. You can use anything up to the hourly chart. Um, so, yeah, and the results will vary. And again, I guess I can go to the SPY chart here. I, I can't use the SPY chart to auto trade with, which which is why I'm sticking kind of with futures with this. But you can absolutely use it, like I said. to trade options, to trade stocks. This works on any asset. You just kind of have to figure out, what's best for you. So, but same thing with SPY. Um, whether you're using it on the 1 minute chart. Um, Essentially, most people like it on the 5 minute chart, from what I see. The time frames that I'm using, I don't see anyone using, but uh, I don't know. I feel like this is what I get the best results with. I'm seeing that so far with my auto indicator as well. So, but I'll keep tweaking, and essentially we're going to end up going with what's best. But they're really they all work to an extent. So that's the orb indicator. Simple as that. Um, I can go into the infinity indicator. I mean, I've done a few videos on the infinity indicator as well. Um, and what I would like to do here in the near future, if I can get it, obviously if I can get it, is to have the infinity indicator and this indicator merged into one. Whether that's a reality or not, we'll see. So let me close this out. Let's go back here. And it works on SPY. It works on NQ. Let's go. Here's NQ. Let's take a look. I haven't even looked at NQ, so let's look at what NQ is looking like for the month. Um, okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, NQ is probably for you have bigger drawdowns and bigger gains, is what it comes down to with the NQ. Very similar to the ES. So, for those of you that aren't aware, NQ is your NASDAQ futures, while ES is your SPY futures. So, um, and again, so this is the 45-minute chart. P&L of 7,000 for the month so far. And I'll just kind of show you the differences real quick. 15-minute chart, you have 9,000. That was less on the last one. Okay. 5-minute chart, 8,000. 3-minute chart, 7,000. 1-minute chart, 6,000. Okay. What's the 15? I'm just curious. What's the 15 say? 5,000. So you can see with the auto trading, the way I have it set up, because it's not done yet. It likes the higher time frames better. Um, but oh, and by the way, this is with commissions. At least so it is for the MES. I think the Nasdaq has a little bit more commissions on it, if I'm not mistaken. So the profits would just be slightly less than they are now. Um, so and yeah, that's it. That's the ORB indicator. We're building up a strategy for the our special version of this that will take, like I said, the peeling the cream off the top there of what this indicator can be used for, and putting a strategy out there. So, um, but I think that covers it. Now, as far as the infinity indicator goes, let's see. So here's the infinity indicator. Here's our, this is the old classic. Um, at this point indicator. And this is very simple to use as well. Let me close this part out so I can get a little bigger screen. Just move you guys to the side here. And so it's very simple. I like to use a secondary indicator as well to kind of really give me um, uh, a better setup, more confirmation. And granted, the infinity indicator is a combination of a few different indicators, so essentially could use it on its own. But I do like using it with this MLMI indicator here as well, or at least to know something to go maybe heavier on these positions. So again, you're looking for a sell signal on the indicator. Can't get any easier on any easier than that. And then the MLMI, you're waiting for that to stop shading, cross, and there's your entry. Sometimes they match up, sometimes they don't. And as you can see here, um, just because you don't have an MLMI shading does not mean it's not going to be a absolute monster play, right? As you can see here, okay? But again, same thing here. Here's an instance where they don't exactly line up the cross, but you still have a nice play here. So you're waiting. This is what you're looking for. This is kind of your warning light or caution light. And as soon as that stops shading, here you're looking for an entry, and then really the buy signal would be the entry here, and up we go. And then the opposite to the sell side, right? Shading, shading, shading. You get your cross, and then boom, we go. All right, and then we're actually in the middle of a play right here. So, um, and that's the infinity indicator. Any questions on that? I've done a few videos on this, so I don't want to like beat a dead horse with that. Um, Again, you guys are all muted, so if you do have questions, this guy's late to the party. He missed the whole meeting. Um, but if you guys have any questions, let me know before we get off the phone. But obviously would be best. But afterwards, if you have questions, by all means ask. Um, so let me see. Someone. Oh, I seen you. Your picture just popped up. All right, I was just giving you shit. Um, so, what else? What else? I'm not mad that it's gone quicker. Trust me. I would like this to be as short as possible and as simple as possible. But if you guys have questions, now's the time. Can we get the indicator? That's a good question. Yeah, absolutely. If you guys want a free trial of this indicator, just give me a shout. You guys should all be in the Discord at this point. Um, if you're not, leave a message here, like right now in the chat, so we can exchange information. Or you can find me at MT Investment Group at any other platform. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. My girlfriend's got me signed up for all of them now. So. Um, Brian, were you able to catch? I think I saw you pop out for a while. By the way, you're muted, Brian. But were you Bryant with the T? I know we have like three in there, but were you able to catch most of this, or do you want me to kind of recap it?
Oh no, I caught most of it. Was waiting for the indicator. I was gonna sign up for it.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, if you guys are already premium, obviously you have access to this. Uh, the Infinity Indicator, if you want a free trial, shoot me a message. As far as the ORB indicator, like I said, I hope to have that out in the next week. In the meantime, you can use a generic one. It still should work fairly decently. Um, Using the time screen, the times that I shared. I missed the range set in the ORB strategy. I like 9:15 and 9:30. That's what I have it set at. 9:15 and 9:30. Um, Good question. Um, what else? Yeah, other than that, it's just practicing. The best part about the strategy, I'm not gonna lie, is it's gonna take all the emotions out of it. So in a situation like here from today, where you went long here, right? We had a candle close above the green line, so you were supposed to enter here. Well, that didn't work out. It failed. Now, granted, again, you made money here on the drop, but that's only if you sold. All right. And granted, you're probably selling here. I need to figure out how to code that in. When a candle closes back under, that's where I need us to sell. Not go short, but I need us to sell the contract. By the way, all those figures were all off one contract, one MES contract. So a small contract, not a big contract, a tenth, one of the small ones. So you can imagine, and I would start with the small ones. If you're using a prop firm to trade, Top Step, Take Profit, whoever, and I guess especially if you're using your own money, start with the small ones, all right, and start with one contract, and that you can always increase. But you can see off one contract, the money's there to be made with one small contract. Unless you have some insane overhead where you need to be making, $20,000 a month to start, 10,000, 20K a month to start. Um, then I would just start with one contract. And it doesn't need to be futures for you to trade. It does need to be futures right now if you're going to be using the auto trading strategy. So a lot of times a human would not get out of this position. They would say, "Oh, it's going to come back." I mean, how many times? Come on, we've all been here, right? And then, so essentially, what I need to code this in when a candle. So we should be exiting this position on this candle close, where or either this one or this one, um, where it closes underneath the green line, and we can re-enter if we need to. It usually doesn't like dance around all day. Usually, it goes one way or the other. Like 85% or more of the time, 85% more trading days, it will break out or break down at some point. Um, and then what happened was it closed it here, and again, you made money on this drop. And then we never got bullish again. Bullish would be above that green line, but the strategy is great because it takes the human, it takes your emotions out of it, and not only that, but you don't have to do anything. You set it up and you monitor it. Monitor it daily, weekly, monthly. You just monitor it. So there's actually no trading. That's kind of the value in this strategy that I'm creating on top of all the other beefed up benefits that I'm going to have over a normal ORB indicator. So. Yeah, I'll make sure all you get access to the indicator. If you're premium, you're not going to need to do anything right now. But next week or the week after, yeah, I'm going to put a mass message out, probably two or three at least, to make sure everyone gets the news. And then we'll do the same thing where you sign up for the or when you signed up for the infinity indicator, same type of deal. I'll give you permission for the strategy and or indicator, and you can use it from there. So no questions. Let's hear some fucking comments then. Um, what are you guys thinking? Let's hear some feedback. What do you think? LOL. Do you want to elaborate, winner? No. Okay. Um, all right. Yeah, like I said, yeah, yeah, no, I agree. And again, you guys are free to unmute yourself if you want to talk. Um, but I mean, we're kind of getting to the end of the video here, so um, that's it. It's straightforward. Like I said, this thing's been around since the 60s. It's all about where you want to, where you want to put those times at. But again, I like 9:15 to 9:45. And there's obviously something there. Because if you look, is this from today? What I do? I lost my candles. All right. That's cool. Okay. All right. That'll work. Um, yeah, 9:15 and 9:45 a.m. Can I ask why you do it at that particular? So, yeah. So you can look at from 9:15 to 9:30 is before open. That's kind of what I started with. And then from 9:30 to 9:45, there's a lot of I mean, that's essentially market open, right? So there's a lot of things going on within uh in that time frame. Um, it's a bigger range than the nine. Like I'll show you. Hang on. Maybe I can change this real quick and show you. Um, it's a bigger range, but I feel like it's a more defined range. Um, so here's 9:15 and 9:30. That's not what I wanted. I wanted nine. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I'm sorry. They're loading up. Yeah, doing it on the MES can be a little weird sometimes. Okay. So here's 9:15 to 9:30. So you can see it's a smaller, it's a tighter range. And this is where I started. Um, but I, I don't know. Again, I've seen better results with 9:15 to 9:30. You could do 9:30 to 9:45. You could do 9:15 to 9:30. You could do 9:20 to 9:30. You could do opening of Europe. You could do the same thing. And that's something that Brian brought up that I'm looking to integrate as well for futures traders who are trading overnight. The answer to your question is because that's what I've found provides the best results for when I'm trying to trade the open. But this is still so new to me. I mean, I just found out about this within a month ago. Just kind of learned about this strategy, and then I just adapted it to make it mine. I said, yeah, that looks good. It looks really good. I've seen there are tons of videos out on ORB, but from what I've seen, price action wise, and how this works as a trader, I like the 1 minute chart or like 3 minute chart maybe from 9:15 to 9:45. But by all means, go ahead, play with it, see what works best for you. So, any other questions? I think I got everyone's questions. All right, cool. Well, if there's no other questions, comments, I'm gonna cut the meeting. I'll do another one of these. Try it out. I'm gonna do another one of these. I'll probably try and do these monthly, so the people who missed it get a chance to kind of get in. But by all means, come back, comment. If you have more questions or you want to share how things are going, by all means, come back to the next one. So. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys joining. And again, if you have any questions, give me a holler after we get off. And don't be afraid to bug me. Not about the indicator, but with any questions you have. So appreciate you guys watching. See if I could figure out how to end this meeting.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.